Welcome to KarQ&A episode 4, where we dive into the life and history of our guests while playing some Overwatch. Today, we have a returning guest to the channel, BRADY GIRARDI, aka AGILITIES, former Toronto Defiant, joining us today while we play some DOOMFIST SUMO. Obviously, DOOMFIST is one of AGILITIES' signature heroes, which he played a lot while he was in the league. So first off, welcome back to the Defiant.
Thank you. Glad to be back.
Yep. And for those who don't know, how about we give him a little catch up on, what has happened, where you are now within the last year. So last people remember you were on the Defiant. What sort of transpired after the end of the season?
Well,
while we fight.
Oh, you want to fight? Okay.
Yeah, while we fight. Yeah, it's like
shit. This is gonna be hard.
Yeah, I'm gonna learn how to focus.
Okay, so the end of the season. Oh my, you're pummeling me.
Alive.
So I ended up joining with Valiant because I didn't get an offer with Toronto again. So I joined with Valiant, and then I was getting ready to move out to LA, and then they had like this change of whatever, and they decided to move to China. So, and it was kind of late by the time that happened, so I didn't really have time to get on another team in Overwatch League. So I figured I would try and make it as a streamer, see how that goes.
And now here you are.
And now here I am, yeah. Signed with Defiant. Just been living at home with my family again.
It's nice to see him again, right? That's for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. That was pretty. Kind of hit you into that red circle there, eh, buddy?
You did. I got rolled. Yeah. So it's nice to see him again. After living on your own at 18. That was when you first entered the league, right? Overwatch League began when you were 18 or maybe 19.
Yeah, when I was 18, because I couldn't play in preseason because I was still 17.
Wow. So actually, let's turn the clocks back. Let's go back to the beginning. How did you first hear about Overwatch?
I remember I used to play League before Overwatch, like League and CS:GO, and I remember like seeing the trailer. I think it was like trending on YouTube or something. I just like heard about it from my friends, and then yeah, I saw the trailer. It looked like a really cool game. I was really excited to play it because I wasn't really doing anything, and I wasn't really, enjoying the other games. So. And
you were probably what, 16 at the time?
Yeah, I think when I saw the trailer, I was probably like 16, because I started playing when I was 16. So yeah, I saw the trailer, waited for the game to come out. I really enjoyed it. Obviously, Overwatch when it first came out was like a very amazing game.
What hero did you start playing right at the beginning?
It was actually Tracer. It wasn't Genji like you'd probably see.
Yeah, I was gonna say, a lot of people know you as like a Genji player back in the day.
Yeah.
Even before I even knew you, I saw you in ranked ones as your Genji. Absolutely dominated me and my team once, like hard carried. I was like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's pretty much a Genji one trick when the game first came out. Well, I started Tracer in open beta because I started in open beta. I signed up for the alpha, but I never got in. I started Tracer. Then some guy absolutely rolled me at the end of closed beta, I think the last day, as Genji, and I was like, okay, maybe I want to try this here. And then as soon as the game came out, I started playing Genji, and I pretty much one-tricked him. And then do you remember when Overwatch first came out, there's like Master Overwatch? Because there was no ranked, so there's like, those are the leaderboards that people went off and stuff. Yeah, so I always grinded for like rank 1, like quick play Genji, and I had. So
you would check your stats there. Yeah, you would check your stats on that site, and you wanted to be #1 Genji.
Yeah, pretty much. So that's what I grinded. I played like, honestly, probably like 10, 12 hours a day, just quick play, grinding Genji, because I just like loved the game that much. And then I got rank. I think I did get rank 1, and I kept it for a bit. And then rank came out, and then I just started grinding rank and stuff, and got picked up by SODIPOP, some amateur team.
SODIPOP. So who was on Team SODIPOP?
It was me, Grim, with the DPS, and then it was Nomi, Athan, he went by Hype back then, and it was Nomi and Jer.
Okay. And
then that team ended up becoming, it was Immortals. We got signed to Immortals after we had a pretty good performance and qualified for E-League, that Atlanta land. And then, kind of turned into LA Valiant, and then led me to Toronto, back to LA Valiant, back to Toronto. Kind of just going back and forth at this point.
Like, would you pursue another game if it were not for Overwatch? Like, were you getting really good at League of Legends before Overwatch came out?
No, honestly, like I think before Overwatch came out, I had like a 6-month like hiatus where I just didn't play any games too much. Cause yeah, I think I played League and then I kind of got bored of League and switched to CS:GO, and then I kind of got bored of CS:GO and switched to or just didn't play any games until Overwatch came out because I didn't really find anything I liked a lot. Yeah. So, no other plans, and Overwatch wasn't even intentionally, like, I didn't intentionally go pro either in this game. Kind of just happened.
It kind of just happened just as a result of, you know, just being really talented and good.
Yeah, Genji one trick.
Being a pro. What would you say was the best part of playing professionally? You don't have to give like a cheesy answer. Like honestly, what do you think? Are you just a natural competitor? Like I feel like the default answer is like, oh, you know, the fans and whatever. But like, what honestly was the best part?
For me, yeah, I'm obviously like, I think anyone that's a professional in anything is like obviously very competitive.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a very competitive person, which is the fun of it for me. And also like getting to travel. I think the travel and like experiences I've had while being a pro has been like amazing, because before I became a pro I never went anywhere. Like I think I left my province, Alberta, like one time. So,
really?
Yeah,
to where?
I think it was like Kelowna or something like that. Do you know where Kelowna is?
Is that BC?
I think it's BC.
British Columbia? Yeah.
So I didn't
that was the one time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, wow.
There's probably other times too, but I was like young and it wasn't memorable. So yeah, getting to travel, going to the States, going to like Europe and all the places I got to go to. Definitely.
Asia. How many places do you think you actually ended up going to throughout your playing career? It's been 4 or 5 years now, right?
Yeah, it's been a while. I wish I kind of kept a record of it. I'm sure I can try and think about it one night, remember everything. But there's a lot of places I went to in the States. I can't remember all the states I went to. That would be way too difficult. But
States-wide. But what about countries? Like obviously a bit of Europe. Did you ever have to go to Asia? I think you did for.
Yeah, I went to
Thailand. Oh, you went to Korea a few times.
Only one time.
A few times. Oh, only one time.
Yeah, I think I was gonna go to China before COVID on last season on Defiant. That was one of our destinations, but yeah, COVID happened.
Right.
Whoa. So I went to Europe. I went to Poland for World Cup in the first year. And then, dude, it's so hard to remember. So many places.
So that's crazy though. So because you were so young, like you said, you were 16 when Overwatch came out, right?
Yeah, 16. And
you like, you know, no travel, and then all of a sudden Overwatch gave you the opportunity to kind of explore the world, you know, see what's beyond your bubble. So I think that's a really, you know, underrated part of it. I know some players really hate traveling, but it just depends on the person, obviously. But I think obviously too much travel can definitely get to people, but you know, in hindsight, you can look back and be like, yeah, you know, I went to these places.
Yeah, exactly.
That's freaking awesome.
Like stories to tell in my future and stuff, and I never would have got to go to these places if it wasn't for Overwatch and Overwatch League. Like I think first World Cup I was 17 and I wasn't even like allowed to stay in my own hotel room and stuff, so I had to stay with Rolf. I don't know if I ever told you that, but yeah, he was like my guardian. He had to like sign something as well.
That's actually a pretty fun fact.
Yeah.
I remember you were so funny story for those who are watching this. I remember 2018 World Cup. I know you wanted your best to get like a solo room, and I didn't know you very well at the time yet. And then I remember I had to get you had to end up rooming with me.
Yeah.
I think, and then and I know I don't know if you remember this, but I remember you're trying your best to like swindle me into like letting you stay in this place yourself.
Oh really? I don't remember that.
Because I think you were just 18, but you weren't 19 yet. I actually think you were just 18. I think.
Yeah, it probably was if it was 2018.
Yeah. And then obviously you didn't like the experience of, you know, having a guardian babysit you everywhere, and you're like, you know, want to do my own thing. But I remember that quite fondly. But you know, we bonded. It was cool.
Yeah, that's when we became friends. Became good pals.
Did you actually stay away? How was your relationship with social media? Like, how about Reddit after games and stuff? Did you have to find yourself, you know, avoiding it? Because I hear some players do that.
That's a good question. I think for the beginning of my career, I was definitely like kind of obsessed with like looking at Reddit after matches and stuff and wanted to see what people were saying. But yeah, at the beginning of my career, I definitely was kind of obsessed with it. And then I kind of learned that it's not the best idea to look, because obviously there's a lot of dumb people that can post dumb things that if it's just gonna get to your head and like distract you and affect your performances, then it's definitely not worth to look at, in my opinion.
Right.
Understandable. I know most players, if they're smart, won't look at that stuff, and that's honestly probably the best thing to do. Because you know, it's just like there's not really a point to looking at it. It's just kind of a way to get in your own head, I think.
Affects your play.
Yeah, I definitely started feeling better once I wasn't looking at it, for sure.
And that's it for the KarQ&A series. A little short and sweet. We're going to go back to the regular KarQ's reviews when the season starts in a few weeks.